God damn, after a long hiatus, it is good to be back. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot once having to bring you another Company of Heroes to replay, brought to you by Black Aragon. At least I think it's Aragon, and I really hope this is the Aragon, a great Aragon from the books and not the terrible Aragon in the movie. Hopefully. Or the video game. Don't play it. It's terrible. Alright, that's quite nice of you, X-Shadow. Alright, so in any case, this is a 4v4 on Leanne Force, submitted by Black Aragon, with Kongsberger, Whitman, Stannis Baratheon, which, again, great name, Power Big Bang, WizKid, Jet, and Wyatt. And let's double check their ranks with 2 British, 2 American, versus 3 Vermont and 1 OKW. So actually right now it seems pretty even, but if I had to give it, I would actually give it to these guys, so they have a slightly higher rank. There was 2 lower level guys, but actually they still have some pretty high level guys. So overall, yeah, but again, pretty much an even fight. So we shall see how this goes. In any capacity, if you'd like to send in your own replay, you can do so via my YouTube channel that has a Gmail link and a Facebook link. Pick which one you like, submit a replay via that, and I have a how-to video as well on my channel you can find. In any capacity, let's get started. So right now, of course, this is pretty much actually a game with no Soviets, so it's actually pretty interesting how the Wehrmacht are going to actually battle the MGs and stuff from the British and the infantry, which are great defensively, mixed in with actually a lot of offensive infantry from the Americans. Again, Americans like hit and run tactics are really good on the offense. But here's the thing I do find hilarious is the fact that they pick the guys that are great defensively in like the most like undefensive location, which is pretty much the forest, which is great for flanking, aka what's going on right now, and the faction meant for hitting and running is actually being held down in a stationary position in a city, which is pretty hilarious. If it was actually switched, I think the British would be doing great in the city because of their MGs and also the infantry that can use the heavy cover to increase their defensive, whereas in the, of course, forest, there's really not much of that, and the Americans would do great over here because they are great at just you know, popping out of nowhere and just destroying enemy combatants. So we'll see how that goes. But as you can see, they're doing actually a pretty good job at flanking, and goddamn, that poor engine. Yep, there it goes. That poor Pioneer squad making a barbed wire fence and just get annihilated. Wow, all MGs too. Alright. Yes, the British would dominate this because, again, they're really good at killing guys in buildings. Although, again, MGs, not bad. Again, it'll hold back the Americans for a time until they get grenades so you can, you know, pop some smoke. Let's see what's going on right now. Looks like a flank that tried to come in, and the Americans are like, nope. So let's see, what doctrines do we have in this 4v4 game? So let's see here. We have the Armor Company, which is a doctrine that is good close range, and with the assault engineers, and of course the vehicle crew. Can't steal their tank, they have Thompsons ready to go. They'll go Fury on you, bitch. In capacity, we also have the Wolverine, which is a decent tank destroyer, not amazing. Better for running over infantry, and the bulldozer, which is really good at killing infantry. Wow, okay, nice job. Yeah, push up against American forces in buildings. That will really help you out, unless you're doing a rifle grenade, which you do not have access to. So yeah, you're just gonna die. I love how it's like they're a negative cover, but they're literally in heavy cover. That's really weird in my book. Maybe it's just because, again, actually no, they should be in heavy cover. Oh, now they're in heavy cover. Yeah, very weird. I get their maybe a majority of their units are in the negative cover, which is why they're receiving that bonus or negative bonus. But let's see here. The British actually doing pretty well in the actually forced area. It seems like unfortunately Black Aragon stuff are losing that fight, and yeah, Kongsberger retreated, so yeah, it looks like his offensive line's not going well. But the Americans did something really smart. They came around and they decapped a lot of these fuel and munitions points. Actually, did they no, sorry, the fuel's over here. Just normal point caps. And this actually A, cuts off territory from the Wehrmacht over here, but B, and most importantly, cuts off building bunkers, which is also good, and allows them to really just do a lot of damage against an enemy that's literally dug in. Actually, a very good Very good strategy from the Americans. Again, if you can't hit them directly, just go around. Now let's see here. We actually have some really close doctrines. We have the mechanized assault doctrine, which, again, Tiger, Sans Baratheon, Tiger. Oh no, cargo truck again. Good resources. Stug. I've said my piece on the Stug, and a bunch of good special abilities with Sans Baratheon. Black Aragon went festing armor, good defensively, and I could see that actually paying very well in the forest. If you can actually create your own defensive lines, it's very difficult to really punch that in the forest. Flank coming in, but if the Universal Carrier barely clinging on, it's screwed. I don't think it's gonna live. Nope, it's stuck. Big blob of doom is pretty much gonna own it. Oh, that poor guy didn't stand up. He did not stand a chance. But you know what? You know what? At least... No, I can't say anything good about that. Nothing good. Actually, even this position of the MG. Again, great if you attack it from the front. Terrible if you come in from the side. You actually can't turn the MG to actually along this side corridor. So this blob, if it wanted to, you can move it and kill this thing. Now, if he moves up into the MG area, then he's an idiot. But if he just comes from the side, the MG normally can't turn its gun. Only these secondary guys can really shoot, and they won't really do anything. There's some grenades, burn them out, and that unit's going to be screwed. And looks like the Allies have pretty much said fuck the forest and has pretty much built a ton of mortar pits. We'll see how this goes. And power Big Bang going with the fortifications, going advanced emplacement regiment, which makes emplacements harder to kill, easier to repair, and just overall incredibly frustrating to verse. So the Wehrmacht are in for a tough fight. Now Kongsberger also have fortifications, which is good and bad. This doctrine is great at killing fortifications and actually counter fortifications such as artillery. So normally this doctrine is not the best, and from what I actually see right now, they don't have recon. So there's no way for them to get constant recon for zeroing artillery. Usually a good pairing with OKW is special operations with the signal flare, or with those flares, because they are over an area for such a long period of time that the zeroing artillery can destroy everything in the area. So it's a good combo doctrine ability. But anyway, big allied push over here. Mortars are doing a lot of damage, but the MGs are holding on for right now, and I do mean barely. We'll see how well this goes. But yeah, the Allies are doing a big no-no in my opinion, and forcing all their, wow, a lot of mortars. Forcing way too many, look at all this. This is way too close together. Yeah, forcing too much stuff all together. Now again, this is going to be a lot of mortars, and I think that could be overkill. I truly do. But again, with all those mortars, they're breaking up the heavy emplacements that the Wehrmacht placed down. So, with all those gone, the Americans are able to steamroll. Because again, all these MGs are being knocked out by the mortars. Oh, so many mortars. What, that's 2, 4, 6, and then we have 8. That's 8 mortar crews, technically. Because again, I'm counting the mortar pits as 2, because there are actually 2 guys in there. So that's 8 mortar teams, just annihilating everything in the area. Jesus Christ. It is not a good sign for if you are a Wehrmacht player, at least in the city. If you're in the forest, you're doing great because you pretty much conquered everything. Over here, Black Aragon's like, I have no idea what you guys are dealing with. I am I am defeating the enemy very easily and pushing through. If I was him, honestly, what I would do is capture this territory, such as this cap, place a bunker, that way, of course, infantry can't come back, and then try to seal up these areas. Or place teller mines. Some people like fortifying. I personally one of those people that wants to put as much between me and the enemy as possible. And that doesn't mean necessarily you put like a giant barrier. You could just put mines or other obstacles that make it much more difficult for the enemy to push through. Putting heavy cover is actually a native defense, because again, it's like if you click, let's say here, and you have heavy cover here, you can jump over it and go, but the enemy may not know that. They're like, oh damn it, they blocked it, let's go over. The infantry have to go around. Or you can make it so that way you block so much except for a tiny portion, and then you lay all your mines there and you just walk single file into a minefield. Another great positive that a lot of Wehrmacht players do, especially with tiller mines. Now you can see here with the advanced placement doctrine, he went that again, he got additional pretty much defenses for his guys, plus this point is actually as a pretty much, yeah, a Royal Engineer crew with it. So it heals not only emplacements, but armor. I've seen people spam, like, when they have excess manpower, spam these things, essentially turn them into very expensive, and I do mean very expensive, because that's like 250, very expensive, pretty much vehicle repair stations. Which is something, again, something that is very good to have when you need to get a lot of armor repaired in a short period of time. So let's see it. Now again, Black Air Gun, I don't think you should be trying to engage the enemy yet. I think 10 minutes is too early. I think you can cause a lot of havoc, and you could attack the British guy's base. That is something you should do, and you could do, especially if you had AT guns or something. But my recommendation would be to get armor. Panzer IV would be great because you could kill all those MGs, and then you move up and you start killing this guy's base. Now, what we can tell from the bases is actually the British have not upgraded yet, so they are not getting armor, which could be a very good positive, because if they're wasting all their manpower and fuel on these heavy emplacements, that means the Wehrmacht don't have to worry about a rush. And I do mean it. Holy God, I just noticed this. Look at this. This is insane. This is just, yeah, we're just gonna spam every single goddamn mortar we possibly can, because why the fuck not? When it's like, when you bring a mortar to a mortar fight and the enemy's like, I'm gonna bring every mortar. Oh goddamn! And yeah, the allies are just dominating the Wehrmacht. 'Cause look at all these. There's just so much artillery that the Wehrmacht's units are dying before they can even engage. And especially with infantry like this guy, Wyatt, who upgraded his men with bars, bazookas, you're already versing tough infantry, let alone infantry. Look at all this all these freaking mortars coming down. It reminds me of the scene of Hacksaw Ridge, where it's battleships laying fire on the coast. It's just mortars.
We have a forward structure under attack.
Dear Lord. It's a lot of mortars. Now let's see, we have some armor here, again, from a normal Stug, not the special Stug they can get, which sucks. Black Aragon, I would actually recommend, yeah, you have 250 fuel. Aragon, you should be getting armor. If you could get a Panzer IV and ram it up, let's see, I want to make sure I get the right person. Power Big Bang, Jesus Christ, Power Big Bang, if I could speak ass. You could literally force him to retreat and force all of, like, their entire line to condense the send units over to the right. You could be the deciding factor to help your teammates actually stand a chance. Now let's see, where are your units right now? Okay, you're healing. Okay, you're getting a medic station. That's fine. But like I said, you need to get heavier armor. You need to. Maybe you can rush first if about phase 3, but right about now, especially with over nearly 300 munitions, 300 fuel, your allies need the help because they can't sustain a battle for this long. Like, yeah, the mortar teams are hitting this, so they can hit this. So this entire area is in mortar range. All right. If the OKW can't even hold a stable line, you're in trouble. You're in major trouble. Now let's see here. Yeah, they have all. Jeez, even the American players like, okay, let's put an ambulance here. I do like how we spread them out a little bit more, and it's actually if this guy retreats his infantry to this base, they all get healed, which is good. Consolidating and helping out your allies. Bad because one single. Well, let's see here. Yeah, fragmentation bomb. You're a goner. Let's see what you got here. We have Panzer IV. Very nice shot in the ambulance. Again, I guess they're trying to use that to kill the infantry. They have some AT, but the Panzer IV in this location should be fine. Oh, nice grenades. Coming around. Using that, like, just mass grenade tactic from the assault grenades. Managed to kill the AT gun. With the ambulance gone, they can't heal. And, yeah, Panzer IV should be able to wreck house. So, this guy is going to have to retreat. Wow, AT gun coming for the flank, but once again... Oh god, who is this guy? I want to get his name. Stannis Baratheon and Whitman. Okay, so these two guys are at least trying to go on the offensive in the city. Nice kill. God damn. If it's about to die, just evac. But again, we're not seeing a lot of frontline units. He doesn't have that. I don't think he can have that, honestly. Just because of the amount of anti-infantry. Wow. I love how this guy's choking to death and he got ran over by a tank. That makes sense. You get run over by tank treads, you're gonna choke to death. But yeah, it just doesn't make sense for him to really get a light infantry, because again, all the mortar bullshit's pretty much going to be like, yeah, you send one thing up, you're gonna die. But the allies are, again, not stupid. They're getting AT guns, and they're a lot of bazookas, and they're like, alright, we're just gonna spam that to counter. Now, it seems as if they're using this headquarters building as like a last-ditch stand. That way their support can open fire, infantry can heal, Panzer headquarters can hold back enemy forces, and even trucks can be, you should probably move this truck back, but at least trucks can be laid down, so that way, what was it, Baratheon can get more fuel. Oh, Jesus Christ, and Whitman drops. So, Whitman's like, fuck you. When did he drop? Okay, he had to have just dropped. Oh, boy. Okay, we'll see how this goes. We shall see how this goes. I'm optimistic in this. Anyway, looks like what he might be doing is leading a counterattack from behind. If he can take this point and come around and hit from behind and do a lot of damage, that could be good. The problem is this MG. I feel like this MG is going to suppress a lot of his forces before they can move up. But with all those Panzer Grenadiers, if you actually upgrade them enough with MG42s, you can overcome MGs. Even up to like medium to heavy cover, they can still do a lot of damage. But only one, I don't think you have enough combined arms. You could always as well come around and like this way, but again, you still have to deal with these MGs, which are much harder to kill. Wow. The mortars brought the Stug down to half health. Mortars! Oh, Jesus Christ. When mortars are killing your Stugs. Oh, wow. Nice AT gun shot. Where Jesus Christ. And look, the terrifying thing is he's setting up all these forward assemblies. So that way his Bofors and stuff keep getting specials. So like over here, this gets a special. This guy's an idiot. Because, again, he's not playing a forward assembly. If you put a forward assembly there, not only is Bofer, you can activate some specials and it can, react a little faster, but his mortars could fire faster. Think about that. Your mortars firing faster. They're already murdering the enemy, but it's like, let's just make them a little more, a little more bullshit. And, yeah, this MG was strong enough to hold against that and pretty much own a lot. And actually, probably additional mortars, fired in this general area. But now, unfortunately, we're dealing with allied armor. Unfortunately, the Axis waited too long and could not break up these defenses. And with the Americans solely leading the charge, it's not looking all that great. In fact, it's not looking good. It's not even looking okay. It's downright terrifying. Especially with these poor infantry units that are just trying to heal over the base. No, it's not... Yeah, okay, it's bad. I'm looking at like, where is your Verkenwerfers? Where is AT? Oh, it's either dead, dying, or retreating, or not on station, because again, the mortars. But even worse news, we have an Easy 8, which is the strongest American medium tank they can get. So yeah, terrifying. Terrifying is a good word. And AI is doing so great. Is that that's a comet? Oh my God, they saved up for a comet. Holy shit, you guys are fucked. Okay, I'm seeing the time of this game, and I'm just like, how is it gonna keep going? Like, I'm being very honest right now. Like, how is this game gonna continue at this rate? Because all I'm gonna see is just, death, destruction, and chaos. And that's all on the Wehrmacht side. The Allies are sweeping. Yeah, here's a good idea. Don't retreat here. They're white fostering this area, and we can see here again. Royal Engineer Squad Regiment is what he picks with AVRE inbound, and also a bunch of specials, which are pretty good, including healing in placement, and why I picked the Easy 8 Doctrine, which again includes white phosphorus, which combine that with I don't know. Well, actually, no, you don't really. I was thinking of the fire ability, but you don't really have that. Now, we have a saving grace. We have a King Tiger. King Tiger's moving up, coming on the field, could change the tide, or be the ultimate downfall for the Axis. We'll see. We shall see. But again, at least it's something that the Axis cannot, the Allies, I love to be proven wrong, and I was just proven wrong. Remember, I was literally about to say that the Allies really have nothing to compete with that. They have nothing to fight that. Yeah, this is bullshit. They have a Firefly rolling up. They're screwed. Yeah, I'm pointing the cross. Firefly is going to demolish, like, will pretty much annihilate a King Tiger long range. Now, against all these emplacements, none of these things are good. Even, like, the Comet can't go toe-to-toe with the King. Maybe at, like, a couple shots, but it's like Vegeta versus Cell at perfect form. It's not gonna go well around that time. Vegeta can maybe do a couple good hits, but Cell's gonna take him down pretty quickly. There you go. That's your DBZ reference. Oh, that's your DBZ reference. I just watched the new abridged thing, and I highly recommend their show. Highly recommend their show. And, yeah. So hint, hint, wink, wink, wink. Might be doing something similar. But now these guys are like, well, let's just keep adding more emplacements. Why not? So they're adding up a 17-pounder, and yeah, that's enough firepower. That's easily enough firepower to kill a King Tiger. Only if the King Tiger would have killed that thing, but it's good he fell back. A little longer, that thing might have been placed up, and it could have definitely done a lot of damage. Unfortunately, it looks like it lost a squad. But if the King Tiger can just, like, stay back and pop some nice shots off, it can do a lot of damage. Now, it's missing the last 2 shots, but it can honestly, and I do mean truly honestly, murder and kill. What the fuck? A Stug and a Panzer... Oh, another Stug. Okay. I was like, how the fuck did this stuff die? Oh, okay. Good tactics and Stugs. The good Stugs, not the bad, you know, the bad Stugs. But yeah, but looks like, Stannis Baratheon just lured these Shermans into a trap and overwhelmed them. Firefly, though, unfortunately something a Panzer IV cannot deal with. Now, again, if I was a Panzer IV, what I would do is very simple. I would back the fuck up and blitz away. That's my strategy, and it's a darn good one. And it seems like he heeded my advice. Oh, Jesus Christ, that could have been terrifying. Now, let's see here. Okay, so overall, what can the Allies do? Well, the Allies need to do a good offensive and actually neutralize the remnants of the German armor. If they can do that, they can win. And right now, with the 17-pounder currently hitting this damn thing, yeah, it's not gonna go well. That king can't. That king cannot attack this line. It is very unlikely. That was a. Oh my God! Please tell me that was an allied one. Yes, it was. Is the allied? Yeah. Wow. Jet's own 240 barrage almost killed his EZ8. Oh, that would have been incredible. Okay, so Stug army is now a thing. All right, Black Aragon. You've gone Panzerwerfers. Okay, not what I expected, but also not a terrible choice. Panzerwerfers are good at combating infantry and dealing all damage to emplacements. And also we can see here that Kongsberger is going artillery to counter that. Now, what could be bad is if, let's see here, Power Bing used his counter barrage artillery to hit this artillery. Alright. Comet coming around trying to kill this emplacement. Pretty bad. Luckily, there's a large infantry force that can do a lot of damage to this. That's good. Panzerfaust and Panzershreks doing a decent amount of damage. But the Panzerwerfers could do a lot. The problem is with the healing that he could put down, plus the yes, and also the Panzerwerfers really, if you look here, yeah, they do a bit, but that's 2. They're not amazing at killing emplacements. The Stuka is good at killing emplacements. Why? Okay. That was not the... Was that the AI? No, that was not the AI. You really need to focus. But Black Aragon, what I recommend is a Panther or a Brumbar. And actually, a Panther would be better because you really need to start putting pressure on the left-hand side. Again, that's what I always recommend. It's like, if the enemy is focusing so much on one, try to focus on the other. And we can actually see here that that's what the Allies are doing, which is funny. Jet's moving all of his forces over here. And we can see here they're coordinating because, again, we have this what's this? Yeah, anti-fortification flame barrage, which will kill the bunker right here, which is in a weird position in the flame mist, which is hilarious. Wait, is these Wolverines? Yeah, they are. Alright. Yeah, so I guess he's just trying to clear everything. So that way his infantry can come in and just cap, which is bad, because you guys need the force right now. And that's why, again, you should be really focusing in the forest and putting pressure on, like, trying to cut through and get behind the British lines. That's what I would recommend anyway. Now, what I'm surprised at, okay, they are healing. So he is slowly healing. You can see here they are being advanced healing. Plus, actually, the Royal Engineers squad should actually start healing these guys as well, which could be bad. Fortification? Alright. Yeah, zeroing artillery is coming down, but the problem is, let's just double check via the axis. Yeah, we're not seeing constant recon here. Oh, wait a second. Maybe because they're shooting, they will actually have constant recon. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're forcing them to engage. This is the second best thing you can do. Because, again, if they pops up as an attack, the zeroing artillery will hit. And it doesn't look like any of these allied players are actually focusing on that right now. So, and that's a good thing, they're not fortifying. And if they're not fortifying, the zeroing artillery can easily kill them. Even if they are fortified, zeroing artillery can pretty much annihilate them. And that is why zeroing artillery is best for killing emplacements. Oh my god, what was it? Probably 1,000, 2,000 manpower down the drain. Oh, that's beautiful. Unfortunately, Stu didn't live, but hey, it's an AI. Who cares?
We have lost
It's not an AI, is it? No, it isn't. Okay, thank Christ. I'm just like, oh wow, this thing is still barely alive. Wow, holding on to dear life. But yeah, there goes that big fortified line and all the mortars and stuff. So the Axis are like, the Axis should be like, maybe we should counterattack. That said, unfortunately, they took so long to break that. That Power has a ton of manpower and fuel and stuff. He can easily rebuild his army. Like, again, it's not going to take him long. Plus, he has double Fireflies. So, unfortunately, if they try to do a massive counterattack, let's say with the King, which is very nice at 2 stars, yeah, it could definitely be a bad move. Wolverine? Panzershrek army. Wolverine dies. GG. Anyway, King Tiger is counterattacking. Again, with the Fireflies, that could be a big issue if they come in the range and get some nice shots on the King from a flank. The King, I don't think, is suspecting Fireflies around the corner. So, it just being like, hello, and the Fireflies just firing, probably not the best idea. But it seems like he does know, because he's trying to use the building as cover, so the Fireflies have to get closer. But again, they do have missile teams, so if they fire rockets at this tank, oh, it's gone. Alright, it's pinned and they're flanking now, and it's unable to move. They are surrounding this poor King Tiger. It is being completely overwhelmed. I'm doing an aerial view. Comet's coming in from the flank. It's trying to back up this way. Sherman Fireflies hang long range. Did another missile strike, and there it goes. Yeah, but look how much allied armor they have. Like that King Tiger's like, oh, all their fortifications gone. I can easily steamroll stuff. No. They have a ton. And most likely, I wouldn't be surprised if they just kept pushing. Yep, there's white phosphorus to push back all this infantry. And yeah, that's all gonna die. Well, 1 Panzershrek force over here, so that's good. That'll hold off a little bit of armor for like a second. A second, I should say. Well, there goes that unit. Now it's massive artillery. Okay, you have 3 Panzerwerfers? And this is the issue with having 3 Panzerwerfers. Well, congratulations, you managed to kill all the emplacements. You now have 3 Panzerwerfers, which really now don't really have a function. Like, sure, you can always hit the enemy infantry, but as we can see right now, the enemy is having less infantry and is focusing more on armor. So, yeah, good luck with those Panzerwerfers. I'm sure they'll do a ton of damage bursting armor, or not. This is where having a Panther probably would have been more beneficial, but that's just me. Anyway, like I said, also you should really be focusing over here. I get it, you're trying to, like, attack, but the fact that neither side is really using the force to its optimum advantage is the reason why you'll have games that go on for such a long period of time. Is because they're just essentially essentially just keep hitting each other over one centralized line. I mean, don't get me wrong, sometimes you don't have that option. Like on the Western Front, it's like, well, we really have nowhere else to hit them, so I guess we'll just keep hitting them here. Again, because we're so close to, you know, defeating the enemy. But yeah, it's just but then other times it's just like, well, we do have this huge other front, but we choose not to use it. It's just like, really? And that's in World War II, where it's like, we're just gonna focus all our men not on the Ardennes area, because they're not gonna come through Ardennes. And of course the Germans are like, fuck it, we're gonna go through the Ardennes. What is being called down? So some railway. Could be good to break some up. And, okay, here's another issue. You're rebuilding all the emplacements. It's been shown that these emplacements will not last. So maybe just ignore them. Just saying. So we have a comet army moving up, and that's just owning everything in its sight. Jesus Christ, the Panzerwerfer assault. I'm actually surprised the comets are not charging. If they knew what was over here, they would have rushed through and probably would have cracked the enemy. Like, there's not much AT over here. You have, like, Kongingsberg. Oh, that was a nice airstrike, by the way. A nice fragmentation bomb which pinned them. So maybe the panzershreks need to kill. Wow, really? Was that a bounce off a King Tiger shot with a knee? Alright. You don't see that often. Well, there goes one Sherman. But yeah, like, neither side is able to really penetrate the other. Nice armor-piercing rounds. At least you're doing something. Actually, do a lot against... Yeah, look at that. Look at all that damage he's doing against emplacements. Oh, that's great. Look at that beautiful, beautiful incendiary arm. Oh, that's great. King Tiger getting some nice shots. Panzer IV trying to engage, but the Fireflies are going to kill. Well, the Firefly and the Comet are going to kill it. Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is where you need kind of like a massive flank. Because otherwise it turns into World War I, where you're just bashing your head against each other, and it's not gonna work. It's all that happens is which side has more men. When you're unable to break when you're unable to really like get on one side or the other, it's just who can do the most damage to the enemy and hopefully drain the enemy's resources dry. It's pretty much what it turns into. But anyway, let's see here. Oh, good. So the AI decides that out of everyone decides to come around and do a little bit of damage. Good for the AI. Good for the AI. But anyway, it looks like the Americans, aka Jet, is using the city and trying to come around this way. Not a bad idea. If I was, let's see, who's on the right-hand side? So it is Stannis Baratheon. If I was him, especially, I would try to... Well, I know you don't have a lot of munitions, but I maybe put down some munitions caps, I'm just saying. You very easily could. Get some more munitions on your side. Could always be more helpful. And I'll try to mine up this area so that way the enemy armor doesn't come around here. And especially with the Teller mines, you could pretty much cripple pretty much all these medium tanks. It would essentially render them within a one-shot kill, which is great. And the Comets decide to back up and not go over this area because reason. But we get to hear the Allies are just grouping. Oh my god, there's so many. But, actually, Black Aragon, you're doing something actually pretty smart. Oh my god, I just realized how long this game's going to be. Oh, great. But he's keeping his command tank here, which is actually helping keep his infantry alive. And that little bonus is helping them decap this point. There's something a lot of people kind of, it's just like, oh, well, you have a command tank. I guess we really won't use it. No, he's actually keeping it back, and he's making sure that his infantry are just getting the bonus. He's not putting this thing in harm's way, which is smart. God damn all that armor. That's a lot of stuff. Alright. So let's see here. Panzerwerfers, if I were you, I would just keep hitting this generalized area. You'll hit something and do damage. Holy god, look at how much munitions this guy has. I mean, if I was him... Yeah, if I was him, I would go on the offensive. Because again, you could actually vehicle crew repair, so you couldn't even be hit. Alright, some nice hits. I love the corresponding railway. It's like you have the railway over here, Yeah, the railway over essential the house of Rush. My bad. It's railway. That was a really cool water hit. Love that. Anyway, finally a flank of some type coming in. So Jet has decided to use a lot of the... Wait, there's still Wolverine? Yeah, you should just spam Wolverines, because why the fuck not? Send in a bunch of Wolverines to come in from the south. And, not a bad idea. Again, from what we can tell, there wasn't a lot of defenses over here, so good job for him. Now, unfortunately, because of the Sherman dying, he doesn't have any anti-infantry, so that's bad. Yeah, definitely half-track. You're doing a great job. You're definitely burning the enemy. Good job. Good job. Wonderful. So we have comets coming in on the other side, which is actually pretty good, because again, that could force a lot of armor to come this way, and then they realize, oh shit, and, you know, be flanked. Let's see, what's being called in? Wait, wait, what? What? Wait, what? Did you just call in a You fucking idiot. You called in a precision strike on your own units. Or, sorry, on your allied units. That literally crippled your engines. Are you kidding me? Okay, vehicle repair. So that should heal all this armor very quickly. And actually provide some smoke. How the hell? Oh, well, I guess a light unit. Wow, this Panzer headquarters is blocked by smoke. It is surviving because of fucking smoke. Oh, boy. Of course it is. Just, of course. Well, what do you know? Oh, I should probably mention something. Like, well, nah. I just find it, like, real. Oh, wow. Are they really going to escape? And to be fair, it looks like the Axis are doing something smart. They're like, if the enemy's just going all armor, why don't we just get all panzershreks? And as you can see, it's working like a goddamn charm until the white phosphorus comes in and scares them all away. But, you know, I can't blame them. It seemed like it was a good dig, and he lost a lot of armor. So, yeah, the Allied push did a lot of damage, but it doesn't seem like they've gained territory. They're still on the opposite side of the river, or the creek, whatever you want to call this body of water. They're all there, all right? They're all over here, and they have yet. Are you seriously retreating to where artillery's coming? No, that's a great idea. Also, I love how this is now 4 stars. That's just freaking fantastic in my book. 19 kills. Have you killed armor? Yes, you have. Good job. But yeah, nice job with the artillery. That's kind of forcing the Allies actually to be, well, have to move their forces even further back and kind of more scattered, which helps. It definitely helps. Although we can see here another push on the right, but once again this guy is fucking up and getting no anti-infantry units, leaving himself with only Wolverines, and with a giant Panzershrek army coming in, unless he gets a nice run over, which he did. He got some nice, you know, a couple guys got run over. He's literally sacrificing his Wolverines at this point. So good job. Just fantastic job. I'm so happy you managed to do that. You're an inspiration to us all. Truly you are. Just a fantastic job, you know that? Bofors over here buying. Oh, is it trying to kill the AT gun? Really? You know you can steal that, right? Alright, whatever. The engineer squad's like, nope, wrong way. Oh boy.
Emplacement under attack.
So the Allies are just kind of healing. What are the Axis doing? I haven't really looked at them. So Black Aragon, it looks like a lot. Wow, okay, you should really heal that. Like, seriously. I mean, I know that Conus is pretty much constantly getting King Tigers, but you should honestly, I don't know, heal that. Just saying. Like, get him out of the house and go heal that, because you really need it. What else am I looking at? Yeah, Panzerberger, Black Aragon, what you need to do is get some armor. I get the Pack 43, that's actually a decent idea, until the, of course, railway comes down, but, you know, right now it's actually pretty good for defense. Actually, what I would do is I would put it behind this fence, behind this building. That's what I would do. I would put it behind the building so it could fire against any of this armor. That would be amazing. And you could use the building as defense too. That's what I would do. Okay, you stole Wolverine. That's pretty freaking hilarious. And looks like he called in Railway to counter that. So good for him. That would be my cat in case you hear meows in the background. Oh, what? Oh, please tell me it's still alive. Holy God, it's clinging to life. So the Axis can still take it. Yeah, this is not good. This is a good wide range of armor, so could definitely be something very bad. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't look like they. Well, never mind. There goes a Panzer Grenadier squad. At least I think it was. I'm gonna assume it was. Yeah, I'm gonna assume it was. I was gonna assume the panzershreks flying in air was like, yes, that thing is dead. It's very dead. But yeah, the big thing right now is the Allies are kind of just ignoring the forest. There's been no major battle over here, nothing going on, and once again, a major problem I have with, I don't want to say low-level people, but just players in general, is the fact they don't use the full map to their advantage. It doesn't. Yeah. Oh well, it's probably the most frustrating thing. Cause again, it's funny because like it's so peaceful and quiet over here, but it's like again you can literally split this map from this point straight down, and while this side is pretty quiet with a couple scrapes as if there was a battle, this side is freaking. This side is the moon. This side is turned into the surface of the moon with the amount of blasted shells and everything. Or better example, No Man's Land. That's what this has turned into. A representation of No Man's Land. Nice aviary attempt. And a good actually a good counter to the panzershreks blobs. Wow, Jesus. Okay. So right now the Axis are also down pretty heavily, and the Allies really need to start gaining some, well, additional points to beat down the Axis. And the Axis need to get points to actually start beating down the Allies. Oh, thank Christ. So it looks like over here Jet is done trying to hit on the right because he realized, okay, maybe not the best idea, and is actually going in the forest, which is a good idea because there's nothing guarding this victory point from being taken, which would at least either tie the game or help you guys start, get the rating points. So, Alright, so all the Allies are pushing on the right-hand side for another massive charge. Again, my recommendation would be, like, you know what's funny? If you really wanted to fuck with the enemy, and you knew that they were not here, mine this. Don't take a single point. Just while this area is there, mine the whole area up. And we can see here, this British player he could honestly get another engineer squad and just put mines everywhere. And think about that. Then when the Axis come in being like, oh, we're in allied territory, we'll be fine. They just start hitting these random mines. They're just like, what the fuck is going on? That is a really smart maneuver you could do. But right now it's just long-range fire. And I mean, they have a good range, like Comets, Fireflies, EC-8s. I mean, they have a good wide range. This King Tiger, can dish out a couple nice shots, but no way in hell is going to, beat against a bunch of tank destroyers. Oh, boy. So we have a Tiger tank on the field. Very nice. Hans Baratheon just accepting it. I love the missiles missing. That's hilarious. It did hit this. It hit their own thing, which is also great. Tiger tank's like, I'm just gonna just show off my awesomeness and just back the fuck up. Which I salute you, because it's just like, yeah, I took on, let's see, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, and with missile strike 5 possible, our piece of armor, and live to tell the tale. So battle in mid, aviary needs time to reload, so has to fall back. Nice job stealing the AT gun. Probably use the extended range would probably be a good idea. But good offensive, very good offensive. Wait, is that the AI? This is the AI. Holy God, they actually did something decently smart. So, But the Axis need to gain some territory, and it looks like they've actually crossed the river. Now the question is, can they hold? Answer, no. Look at all this armor. There's going to be a massive armor charge, and if they think a King Tiger is the only thing they need, they are sadly mistaken. Yeah, I love how he also thinks, like, I'm surrounded by allies, and it's like, no, idiot, you're surrounded by the AI. So, you are going to be, you are going to be torn apart very soon. Just letting you know. I just want to let you know, Tank Commander. You're going to freaking die. Anyway. So once the allies, and again, you can see here that these engineer squads are equipping these pieces of armor with emergency engine speed, emergency war speed. I think is it war speed? Yeah, emergency war speed. So essentially, it just goes gun blazing, goes really fast, and can flank enemy, which is really cool. Just really cool, really cool. But again, you have to have the engineer, of course, activated, which sucks. But you know, that's still nice. I also like how this guy, who, again, he has access to recon, aka because he has a major, or he could have a major, just saying, could really just come around here and actually start hurting Black Aragon, which has essentially, okay, he's building another Pack 43 here. This is actually a decent idea. I think this is not a great location. I think actually behind here would have been better, but it's a thought that counts. It's you trying to keep the enemy armor back and seeing this emplacement as the measure to do so. So not bad. And actually, we can see that the allies have pretty much been pushed back through a mixture of tactics. Again, flank through the right, which is pretty good. Middle, and yeah, they really need something to help turn their tide. You know what would really help? A flank on the left. No, you just want to keep sitting there, Jet? That's cool. Goddamn, nice job, AI. AI really sucks unless you give it an AT gun. Then it's apparently amazing. But we can see here the artillery is still hitting them even though they're back at base, so they have to keep falling back. And I feel like that artillery could still get in range. Yeah, it could easily get in range. Look at this, the 5-star one could hit it all the way back to their base. Oh, that's just fantastic. Okay. Yeah. Definitely do a lot and just annihilate them. Oh, this will be wonderful. Panzer IV, AI going in for the kill, and doesn't realize that by going for the kill, it means it's gonna freaking die, not anything else. Okay, it looks like, yeah. Well, the AI sent a Brumbar. It's like, okay, we need to take back the force, guys. And instead of sending in the Wolverines and the Bulldozer to fight the Brumbar, he's just gonna keep staying back, because, you know, why not? That's a great strategy. That's just a great strategy. Tiger tank on the flank, waiting. I'm assuming the Pack 43. Yep, Pack 43, luring them into a great trap. They're all charging in. King Tiger. King Tiger, I'd move up if I were you. Oh, Panzerwerfers, come on. I love how it's like, yeah, we're gonna still stay right in front of the goddamn Pack 43. Wow, really? You put smoke down? He can still see you. Oh, there we go, AVRE. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Bunch of stern pioneers with panzershreks, not a good sign. Stu coming in to save the day, or not. Nice panzershrek shot. Managed to neutralize that Churchill. Problem is, looks like they're spamming centaurs to really deal with that infantry, so that could be bad. Centaurs are really good at killing infantry, very good. Let's see, Tiger tank just holding, but you can see here flank coming in. Oh, not flank, but just a dead-on assault with Fireflies with support, which can do a lot of damage to the Tiger. As you can see, this thing needs to get the hell out of there. Barely misses a missile strike, and yeah, just back it up, just back the fuck up, back the fuck up. Oh, nice bounce. But war speed would be great. Okay, a little bit late on that. Another bounce. Holy mackerel, is that the luckiest Tiger tank ever. Should have died, but somehow is managing to live. And right as it's retreating, and they're like, okay, we can kill it, guys. All of the Panzershrek forces have decided to move in. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. This is going to be a... Oh, damn it, they retreated. Very nice job. The Centaur managed to push them back. Random stew, because why the fuck not? Yeah, just a lot of panzer. I mean, like, to be fair, centaurs are good at killing this stuff, but I mean, you need basic infantry, and unfortunately, the Allies don't have that, which is funny because they kind of excel at that, having really good infantry. Yeah, they just don't. The massive. Look at them. All these guys, all the panzershreks right here, just astounding. Fire. I love that. They had enough shots to kill both centaurs. Oh, Jesus Christ. You thought you could hurt us, but you have no idea the power of the panzershrek. He's like, oh shit. Oh wow. Holy mackerel, the British are on their freaking retreat. But to be fair, this is very easily countered by just riflemen or British, infantry section, something along those lines. But he doesn't have it. They just started spamming armor, and I love how this has just been like a constant change of tactics, where each side will keep doing a hard counter and changing. It's like, we went from all that mortar spam, then we went to artillery spam, then we went to armor spam, then we went to, and now we have infantry spam. Now we have to go back to mortar spam to counter the infantry spam, and then we'll bring back the armor. It's a never-ending cycle. That's why COH2 is great. Anyway. So, yeah. You know, artillery coming in. You got, what the hell is that? There we go. I knew it was something. Strafing run. Thank you. Strafe infantry. Keeps them suppressed. Most likely, again, stop them from capturing this point. Which is probably a good idea. Probably a very good idea. Fortunately, lost Pack 43. And, yeah, your panzerwerfers have not been all that great. Like, just saying. I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of infantry to kill on the enemy side. I swear to Christ. There's not a lot of infantry on the enemy side to kill. But that said, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, seriously, what are you doing? I don't understand what he's doing over there. It's like, yeah, let's just keep our armor just hiding on the right hand side. Let's not, capture any territory. Hell, you could literally tell your guy to come over here, jump out of the tank, decap it, and as soon as you see an enemy unit, jump back in. Like, you could do that, but no. But anyway, look at pretty much, resources, everything along those lines. You can see that the Allies are, wow, okay, they have a decent amount of manpower here. But, yeah. Axes seem to be actually kind of even, honestly. It can still go either way. I say it's sided more toward the Axis, but if the Allies could get their shit together, it could turn. It could definitely turn. Why are you moving all your armor this way? Also, poor plane. Okay, here's my rationale. It's like, let's move all of these guys into the forest, alright? You're like, oh, that's cool, Greyshot. It's like, well, but did you say to come from behind? Yeah, but because you literally moved that... Wow, actually, never mind. My rationale would be that, again, they would know where you're coming from, and they would hit you and be able to kind of pin you in because you kind of failed to maneuver. But apparently they don't like to follow you, so my entire rationale of, like, a huge flank or battle going on in the forest and them getting annihilated... No, just completely bullshit. No one wants to fight in the forest, apparently. Forest is apparently no man's land. Even though no man's land is over here. Why not? Anyway, Comet's just doing what they do best and fire long range, apparently. Actually, they're getting a lot of good kills. White Phosphorus doing a lot of damage, at least keeping the AT and the infantry back, which, again, allows the armor to actually, fight, because they don't have to worry about all the panzershreks. And they're just going all around. I love how they fought the King Tiger in mid, the Tiger over here. Nice Gammon Bomb. Knocked out the engine, and should be able to kill that Tiger. No, it's not escaping this time. Fortunately, the Panzerschrek guys are all there, so they might lose a couple of them. Yep, there we go. Why you would build this, I don't know. It's terrible. Doesn't do a lot against armor. Doesn't really suppress infantry all that well. Yeah. And we can see here that there's some type of artillery coming in. So say good, bye-bye to that thing. Oh, the AI's going there. Please let it just kill all of them in one hit. Damn it. Although, you know, Pack 43 still getting a lot of kills. Mortar carriage trying to kill it would probably do a lot better if it was just over here. Just saying. Because then the Pack 43 wouldn't murder it. And it's going to murder it. Or mortar carriage somehow succeeds. I will take that. I'll take it back. I'm sorry, mortar carriage. And, okay, railway finally is like, okay, we got the target. Yeah, but both sides took some heavy losses. I would probably still... Ugh. Well, the Axis don't have a lot of armor. That's a big negative. They really don't have armor. They have a couple Stooks and a King Tiger. And whereas the Allies pretty much have... Let's see, they have a bunch of Wolverines and a Sherman. We have mortar carriage and a Jackson. A couple Comets and a bunch of Comets. Yeah, honestly, in the armor front, the Allies. But it's, again, how you use it. I would kill for actually some infantry to come through here. Oh, well. Apparently, I'm not getting my wish. The good news about all the Panzerwerfers is the fact that you at least keep hitting this area. So, again, you keep stopping them from decapping it. Which is right now the only thing from stopping you from, you know, losing this game very quickly. Because, oh boy. You are very close to that happening. And with less than 30 points, yeah, things are not looking good for the Axis. Why is this here? Retreat. Like, yeah, you're really gonna fight a bulldozer. This like, I'm gonna Panzerfaust it, and I'm gonna get the lucky CH2 shot where it just glitches out and flies across the map because of my Panzerfaust. Never gonna happen, but still. All the Comets going around. Would be incredible if they turn this Pack 43 and manage to hit this stuff. But finally, we have a flank through the forest. The problem I find, though, is the fact I feel like he's just gonna turn his Pack 43 and they're just gonna hit him right through the forest. That would be great. Come on. Do it. Come on, Pack 43. There we go. Nice shot. Oh, good. He's finally hitting his base. Okay. This is like at least 30... Oh, you leave. Oh, my God. Are you leaving? Why? Why are you leaving? There's nothing... Are you kidding me? And... I'm just gonna stay here because technically there should be a fight going on, but apparently no. The Allies are like, let's not take out the strategic command of the Germans. Let's drive away. Let's not be here. That would be a terrible idea. To kill the German base and stop them from getting Panthers and heavy armor. Terrible idea. And, you know, it's not like we don't have the munitions just in case things get hairy to cover our men. Right. And it's not like we are almost about to kill 2 bases. No, that would be terrible. Oh, I love irony. Let's go back to what we do best in sacrificing our Comets in a frontline engagement. That's been working out so well for us. I will say this, the Allies have been pushed back to their base, the Axis has been pushed back to theirs, and now we're back to a stalemate in mid. I love the... Please, Wolverines, just do what you do best and run over a bunch of... No, you can't even do that. Why? Just run them over. Just run them over. Just run them over, please. Wolverine trying to go in for a kill. That's oh, I love that guy. He's like hits side of a building, comes down. That's great. That's just great. But yeah, I don't get this sometimes. I really don't get the like people's thought process sometimes. Because again, it's like, okay, they're here. If you come around, the pretend werfer's going to kill you, and the Pack 43. You remember that thing? Oh, wow, he has no infantry. Like Aragon, maybe get some infantry. I know that it's probably, you know, a lot of it's dead, but oh my God, you're going to die. Yeah, doing another frontline assault against AT is really working out for us. Where's our 3-star Comet again? Oh, right. Panther coming in. Not again. Its gun is really not designed against infantry, so this MG is pretty fine. Maybe it gets a lucky shot eventually. I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. We're at 24 points. We're past an hour mark, so at this point I'm just like, what is gonna happen? All right, we're gonna do a final giant engagement, which both sides just lose. For my assumption, I feel like the Germans are gonna lose. I feel like the Germans are gonna lose by a pop cap. Because I'm not seeing either side being able to really dominate the other. If anything, the Allies have, for a longer period of time, dominated the Axis. But we shall see what happens. And there goes the Panther. And there goes... Oh, wait, armor's coming in. Yeah, looks like zeroing artillery. Wow, 900. You could be doing a lot more. But they're doing the ballsy move. Instead of staying in the area, they're moving up and trying to push the enemy back. And I'm not seeing a lot of more AT over here really aimed at this direction. So if the Comets really wanted to, they could, there we go, annihilate the Panzerwerfers. And you're not really pulling them back, Black Aragon. You are not pulling back. And I see a lot of dead Panzerwerfers in 3, 2, and just ignore it. They literally just walked past all the Panzer. Okay, this guy's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm gonna murder them. And if I was him, I would call in a precision strike right there. Because, you know, that would be the smart move. And, okay, now you want to probably just... I swear to... First off, let's double check over here. Okay, white phosphorus, not bad. Okay, called that in. These guys come through here, do a little bit more damage. This base is almost killed. Axis barely holding on. But the Allies are being... Yeah, falling back a bit. How have you not... Oh my god. Send one Panther to go deal with that. Sorry, Panther. Comet to go deal with the Panther. Love the bazooka team just killing this. Oh my god. Yeah. I love how he's just like, I'm just gonna die. I deserve to die. And it's like, kill me, and the bazooka team's like, I can't, your armor, you can't penetrate it. There we go. I know you can do it. Oh, Jesus Christ. So the Axis have regained control of this location. They're all clumped up for some reason. I'll give props to this guy. His artillery's been doing work. Good job for your artillery, man. Good job. Like, you've got a lot of kills. You're causing a lot of havoc on the enemy lines. At least stop them from either capturing points or healing their armor. So good job for you. Now, how's this gonna go? Wow, just murder all the bunkers. This guy's like, I'm gonna make a fortified line. And the British guy's like, remember, I can kill your fortifications, dude. So, yeah, there goes the 300 manpower down the drain. Yeah, once you realize the enemy has this flame ability, you probably should just stop trying to build a bunch of bunkers in a certain location. Oh, are you blitzing? You do not have the blitz ability activated. What the hell did you just call in? Oh, you called they called the artillery railway. Nice job, killed that base. That was a nice desperate assault, but wow. Actually, that did a lot more damage than I thought. Came around, did quite a bit. Now, unfortunately, it looks like you're stopped there. What do you mean, GG? What the fuck? You have units over here, alright? You have units over here. You have overall a bigger... Wait, I think you do. Yeah, I mean, it's all very slightly. But you have a bigger army. And again, you could very easily kill this guy. Or I hope you're saying GG as in you defeat the enemy, not GG as like you think you're gonna lose. Like if this guy loses all his comets, yeah, you're fucked. But like you got 4 points. Like you can drag out this game a little longer if you want. Don't sacrifice everything in an attempt to grab. I swear to God, they're gonna sacrifice everything in an attempt to grab this point. Alright, we have a airstrike coming in to make sure they don't, you know, capture the point. And this guy's over here with no resistance. As I said, you know, you could have done 30 plus minutes ago, and yeah, just killing the base. And he could keep killing the base. And you know what? I guarantee that there's no one gonna come over and save him. Yeah, no one's gonna come over and save you. Hate to break it to you. Yeah, strafing gun's still here. A lot more skirmishes. Why are you still here with the Wolverine? I don't know. You're trying to flank and try to kill this thing. We have more precision strike coming in, and the AI fucks you. No, Black Aragon fucks you up and stops you, and the precision strike almost murders all this armor because you blocked the King Tiger. And wait, what the fuck? The AI stole. Oh, the AI not only has a Tiger tank, but stole a Comet. Are you kidding me? Alright, this Comet's gonna kill the King. Okay, nice. Okay, that was worth it. You killed a 3-star King. Good for you. And now this guy's like, alright, let me kill this base. Let me kill this. You don't even... Okay, you want to... No, what the fuck? You don't even kill his base? You kill this guy's base. But you're just like, nah, let's not kill the rest. Unfortunately, he's like, I'm just gonna get another King Tiger, as he does, because Kongsberger's like, I'm really good friends with High Command, and I can just call on all the King Tigers I want. Why the fuck not? You know what would be great, actually? Vehicle crew repair? Probably a good idea. You probably would live. Just saying. Wow, that King Tiger's like, what the fuck? I'm not even on the front line. I'm being shot in the ass. But, Allies really don't have much of a front now. Artillery's kind of forcing them back. They really don't have too big of an army. They have a couple destroyers in the front, but the AI is just... the AI is actually dominating them. Are you kidding me? Remember, if they just capture 1 point, for just capturing 1 point, they would be fine. My cat is going after my mic because some stupid I have no idea. Huh, but you're an adorable kitty, huh? Alright, as she stares blankly at a wall. Great. This Tiger so close to dying, literally one Comet coming in would kill it. There we go. Come on, just go in there and kill it. Like, literally one Comet would kill it. I swear to Christ. Why are you not prioritized? There we go. This guy's like, I'll do it. Yes. Okay. Here's the sad part. And I do mean this is the sad part. Look like what WizKid has. Look at the amount of manpower that he has. Yes, Executo probably doesn't have a lot. And although he has a decent amount of munitions, we go, of course, just, you know, upgrade his infantry. Which is fine. That's a tactic. Wyatt, unfortunately, lost everything. So, well, he's an idiot. Whitman has a decent army. Well, pretty much just a stolen Comet. Since Baratheon installs all the panzershreks forces and a Tiger, Black Aragon has a decent amount of defense. And Kongsberger has a huge army. Overall, the Axis have the advantage, but again, I don't think that it's a definite win. I feel like the Allies are going to surrender at this point. Like, that's what I feel like is going to happen. I hope you... If anyone missed the long game commentary, congratulations. You got it. Yeah, also, why don't you just run them over? There we go. Never mind, there goes his entire Panzer Grenadier army. And one foul swoop with all... There's 5 fucking Comets. And there goes the other Comet. And you could just easily fall back and just do crew repair. Or you can just have 4. That's fine. Just get some raw engineers, and you can do it that way too. So, yeah, before you think like one side is dominant, like that happens, fuck it, you guys win. Billy? Really? Why would you do it? You have 4 Comets. I mean, to be fair, yeah, I actually have no fucking clue. Wyatt left, and the Allies just give up. I'm just gonna fast forward this rate because all the comps can act wildly and probably not do anything nearly as good and rush through pack 43 rounds, stuff like that. That's what's gonna happen. The AI is terrible. But what can we learn from this game? The forest is an important section that should not be ignored. That is almost and always ignored. Secondly, big heavy tanks will not help you win the game, but spamming big heavy tanks and literally having an unlimited supply will help you win the game. Also, hard counters can be countered by other hard counters. AIs are not terrible and will sometimes steal advanced armored units on the enemy playing field, or the enemy's field, which is great. Really? The entire allied team is quit. And, yeah, maybe you shouldn't give up, because honestly, the enemy's bullshitting. Reminds me of an episode of The Office where it's just like, was it the Michael Scott Paper Company, and they're going out of business, but the other paper company's like, shit, they're actually have this huge thing, and they don't know they're going out of business, so they use that as leverage and get this huge buyout. And it's like, congratulations, sign it. It's like, you bought our Michael Scott Paper Company. We're worthless. Have fun. Enjoy. And A capacity. Yeah. It's so frustrating because, I'm sorry, Black Aragon, you played terribly. Like, overall, poor micromanaging, just poor, just everything. Like, the best player on the enemy team, like, at least armor-wise, was WizKid. WizKid was great with his armor, did great assaults, came around, finally hit the enemy from behind. Something he should have done a while ago. But, yeah, I have no clue why the left side was just ignored for so freaking long. Like, and if the allies could have won that many times, the Axis could have won that many times. But, yeah, I'm just so befuddled. Now, it didn't help with the AI, with Whitman. I really didn't expect that. But overall, that was still a pretty good game. Again, WizKid was pretty good. Power Big was okay. This American player was okay. Wide, I think, was not very good. Whitman was, again, AI. Sans Baratheon was went from great to terrible very quickly. He would go from these highs to lows with, again, awesome Panzer Grenadiers that would murder everything in their path and then get annihilated in 2 seconds flat. And then Black Aragon, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Like, you did okay, but honestly, you could have really helped turn the tide, and you just kind of put your hands up in the air, was like, alright, that's what I got, that's all I got. I'm not saying you're a bad player, I'm just saying that you played this game really poorly, and what you really could have hit the enemy team better. Okay, it looks like they were trying to RD the enemy's base, which I find hilarious, because it's like, oh, Greyshot's like, well, they're RDing the enemy, it's like the enemy base, there's nothing they can do. Really. There's nothing they can do. Precision bomb strike. All that time they're there, like, they went behind enemy lines. They could have sent one guy and done it over these things. Really? Also, munitions point. Munitions point. Like, you could actually start putting down munitions points all over the place because you have excess manpower and just start cranking out those precision bomb strikes and just murder the enemy. Just saying. And Kongsberger, you were probably the most efficient Axis player and did a really good job overall. Like, veterans keeping units alive, your King Tigers, even though they died, were still pretty effective. So overall, that's what I think of everybody. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this game. In any case, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. And I also want to thank my Patreon supporters like Chris, Leo, Tim, and Sean. Thank you guys. You all rock. In any case, this has been Greyshot17. I'll see you guys next time.